I would say this is the biggest threat facing kids anywhere in the world right now.
Thank you for tuning in once again to another episode of the Goodrich Chronicles. I am your host, Anthony Goodrich, and I just want to bring something to the adults' attention that are responsible for children, whether they're your own, your nephews, nieces, cousins, what have you, minor children. Something you need to be aware of. There's an online predator group called 764, and these kids are on Roblox, other kid-like apps where you play games, and these people have access to your children because there's a chat, you can interact, this, that, and the third. So you need to be aware that this group, 764, they are actually grooming and creating havoc, even going as far as violence. So you just need to be aware of what your kids are doing, who they're talking to, what games they're playing, and just monitor very close as to what they're going on. And so you just need to be aware of this because it's extremely important how these people are having access to your kids. You know, there's a saying that I just heard recently. It says that you, meaning those that have children, are giving your kids access to the world, but you're giving the world access to your kids. Now that's something to think about, okay? So anyways, I want you to watch this video. I hope you learned something from it because I certainly did. And I will definitely be spreading the word about this every chance I get. This is getting out of hand with what these predators are doing to the children. So check out the video.
I would say this is the biggest threat facing kids anywhere in the world right now online.
It's a warning that every single parent needs to hear right now. A growing online extremist network is targeting children across the country, including right here in New Mexico. The FBI says the group, known as 764, uses manipulation, fear, blackmail, and violence to groom children online. With summer vacation fast approaching and kids spending more time online, experts say parents need to understand the warning signs before it's too late. Social media, gaming platforms,
Want to play some Minecraft?
Sure.
chat apps. It's access for kids to escape and connect. Those connections, federal investigators say, are soft targets for a growing, violent online network.
They're ideologically driven with the goal of hurting our kids.
The 764 online group is so dangerous and well-connected, even the FBI special agent leading the investigation into them wouldn't talk to us unless we concealed his identity. He says members of 764 try and gain kids' trust.
A lot of the contact starts on normal social media platforms.
Misplaced trust leads to grooming and then into real-life danger.
It can literally mean convincing a child to cut themselves, to hurt an animal. It can be pretty graphic.
According to federal prosecutors, victims of this group, mostly children and teens, have been extorted into sending nude images, hurting themselves on camera, and in some cases have even been driven to suicide.
It's not just crime, it's crime with a reason and a purpose and an ideology behind it that we determine to be terrorism.
The FBI estimates 450 people are currently under investigation nationwide, including New Mexicans. The U.S. Department of Justice accused Zachary Dosh of sexually exploiting children online from his Albuquerque home for years.
Zachary Dosh is probably one of the most prolific and high-profile members arrested to date.
Becca Spinks is an independent journalist who has been raising alarm bells over 764 for years.
We told you what you need to do.
Do you want to die tonight? Do you?
She's been following Dosh's case closely. He is still in federal custody, and his next court hearing is set for August.
These guys are creating new groups with different names, but the same basic formula, and they're calling themselves different things.
With known victims as young as 9, Spink says every child is at risk.
A lot of times they're coming from normal, stable suburban homes. This isn't a matter of kids who are, suffering or have broken homes. This is a threat that applies to every kid, no matter their circumstance.
Spink says 764 uses innocent-looking apps and games to deceive children.
Letting your kid go unsupervised onto a game like Roblox or a platform like Discord is really no different than telling them to go talk to strangers. It's just a place where strangers can talk to your kids.
What is your message to parents out there?
You need to have that trust and that communication, and you need to be teaching your kids about these dangers and helping them to understand what to look out for.
Knowing where your kids are has been conventional wisdom for decades. Today, investigators say it's just as important to know where they are online.
You aren't giving your kids access to the world. You're giving the world access to your kids.
And those parting words there from the special agent really stuck out to me. We all grew up telling our kids or hearing it, about stranger danger, do not talk to people you don't know. But with modern day technology, the threat is no longer outside. It is right in your own homes, and many parents don't even realize it. So here are some red flags that parents should be on the lookout for. Sudden changes in behavior or mood in your kids, obsession with a certain or new app or platform. Remember, these people want to take your kids to another app once they get them there. Unexplained injuries or talk of self-harm. Secretive online friends. Experts say that you should always know who your kids are talking to. And law enforcement calls or swatting incidents. Now, here are some ways that you can protect your family. The number one here, keep talking about online safety. Talk about the dangers and the real life dangers of being online. Use those parental controls. Don't be afraid to put them on your kids' devices. Teach kids about grooming tactics. Make sure they know what can happen when they send photos or videos of themselves or reveal personal information to people online. And be your kid's advocate. That might be the most important thing here. Make sure your kids can always come to you for help without worry about being judged or punished.
Now, you see how important it is that we talk about this, right? Leave me a comment. Let me know what you think. Do you have children that play Roblox or any other online app games that they can chat with? Other people have access to their gaming, to their chat and all that. And you know what? If you didn't know, if you want to monitor your kid's phone and not actually be right there up under them the whole time, there's an app where you can see what they're doing in real time. It's kind of like those some of those businesses that will have some tech work done on your phone, right? Where they can access your phone from abroad, so they can do all the moves on your phone so you don't have to, and then they get the problem solved of what's going on. Well, it's the same idea, where you can access their phone from afar and see exactly what they're doing and how long they're doing it and all that. And in some cases, you can even take over their phone and shut it down. So something to think about. But anyways, I just want to let everybody know that this is what's going on. This is happening. We need to keep a closer eye on the kids and keep these predators at bay, because they're coming in all shapes, sizes, forms, colors, all that. Okay? So anyways, thank you for tuning in. Y'all could have been anywhere in the world, but you chose to spend some time with me, and for that, I will always be grateful. In the meantime and in between time, Anthony Goodrich is signing off.